fearing for their lives.
My granddaughter, she was in the swing, and the wind was pulling her in her little seat, and we were trying to pull her out, so we won.
It was that strong, though.
It was that strong.
Maybe 20 seconds. The wolf was gone in 20 seconds.
And you watched it?
Yeah. I was coming out of the garden, and that stuff was flying over me.
I started following the storm as it started to rotate just west of Guelph and followed it right down just south of here, which is actually just by Mount Nemo Conservation Area.
Is that a fairly long distance for a tornado to go?
For this area, yeah.
The tornado, which took the roof off of Horse Barn and ended up dissipating just over there, started about 40 kilometers earlier and was the capper to a wild day weather-wise. Across south-central Ontario, there were at least 5 sightings of twisters, including in Arthur, Ayr, St. George, Argyll, and Bancroft. Here in Toronto and the surrounding area, we escaped the tornadoes, but we were pummeled by heavy thunderstorms and high winds.
The water came in here. Yeah, awful. Everything wet here too. It's awful.
It was quite frightening. It came from this part of the, just behind the house here, and actually blew quite about half of the tree off.
We've had a lot of wires down and streets blocked, but so far, and I haven't gotten to all the calls yet, but so far I haven't seen any significant damage.
And also no reported injuries. And the good news as well out of all of this is that even though it seems like we got a lot of rain today, it was in localized storms, and that means rivers like the Don here won't be flooding their banks tonight. I'm Roger Peterson, live down on the Don. Back to you in the newsroom, Mark.
All right, thanks, Roger. Up to Harold now on the roof for a check of conditions right now. Harold, storm's blown over, but it seems like we're in for a little cold, windy night.
We certainly are. The temperature is falling now. The cold front has gone by. All those storms were the result of the passage of the cold front and the warm air that we had today. We'll find the temperature plummeting to only 10 degrees tonight. Factor in a brisk northwest wind with that. You'll need a jacket first thing in the morning, and we'll have a high of about 21, but peaceful weather for the next couple of days. Mark.
Okay, Harold, thanks. A true tale of chivalry out of that storm this afternoon. And in the lead role, City Pulse Cameron, Brian Van Benedijk. Brian was shooting video of the storm flooding when he spied 89-year-old Ethel Godwin huddled under a stranger's porch roof, surrounded by all that water, unable to move.
Well, I had to take refuge on a veranda, and I stayed there for a whole hour, and along came a city TV truck, and the man asked me if he could help, and I said yes, and he came out, and he picked me up and put me in the truck and brought me home, and his name was Brian, and I thank you very much, Brian. You've just made my day.
Brian drove Ethel to her nursing home, and we've given him a couple days off tonight for being a good citizen and a truly honorable member of the City Pulse staff. He is a nice guy. From our homespun hero to a true miracle tonight in the east end of the city. Another summertime danger, too. Children playing near insecure high-rise windows. You can guess the rest.
Struck. And as soon as I got to my truck, the wind picked up, hail started falling, and I felt a huge gust of wind like it was going to lift my truck right up in the air. Next thing I know, hail came down like crazy, trees all started coming up, and it was just like a minute and it was all gone.
While that storm was intense, it was just a warm-up. The actual cold front moved through later on in the afternoon. Wherever the cold front encountered the warm air, heavy thunderstorms were spawned. Environment Canada has confirmed 4 tornadoes touched down in the province's Tornado Alley. Storm spotters saw funnel clouds in Ayr, Arthur, Argyll, and Campbellville. 2 funnel clouds were caught on tape as they swirled across the sky. The most impressive was in Campbellville, just west of Toronto. Fortunately, the tornadoes were in rural areas and there are no reports of any serious damage or injuries. Environment Canada crews will be out today trying to determine how strong the tornadoes were. 2 other funnel clouds were reported, one in western Mississauga and one in Bancroft, but neither one of those have been confirmed. The cold front has now moved into eastern Canada, but it is much less intense. It will combine with a different cold front coming out of the U.S. East Coast, and it will dump heavy rain on parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. But
It was just like a minute and it was all gone.
While that storm was intense, it was just a warm-up. The actual cold front moved through later on in the afternoon. Wherever the cold front encountered the warm air, heavy thunderstorms were spawned. Environment Canada has confirmed 4 tornadoes touched down in the province's Tornado Alley. Storm spotters saw funnel clouds in Ayr, Arthur, Argyll, and Campbellville. 2 funnel clouds were caught on tape as they swirled across the sky. The most impressive was in Campbellville, just west of Toronto. Fortunately, the tornadoes were in rural areas and there are no reports of any serious damage or injuries. Environment Canada crews will be out today trying to determine how strong the tornadoes were. 2 other funnel clouds were reported, one in western Mississauga and one in Bancroft, but neither one of those have been confirmed. The cold front has now moved into eastern Canada, but it is much less intense. It will combine with a different cold front coming out of the U.S. East Coast, and it will dump heavy rain on parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. But we aren't expecting.
City Pulse at 6 is next.
No, you don't give the puppy a drink.
Give me a dog, damn it.
All right, I'll give you a dog.
No, date 2, we get a dog.
I'll give you a dog, Willie.
Wardrobe by Silver Curtain.
Okay, we've got a tornado on the ground. It's a goodie.
Good evening. As it happens, video of the twister that tore through the GTA. That story in a moment. The first tonight, a City Pulse exclusive. Tonight, a Whitby family wants to know why their father suddenly died of a brain hemorrhage after an Oshawa hospital repeatedly told them there was nothing physically wrong.
It's been a nightmare, to say the least. It's to watch your father go through what he went through. It's pretty difficult to deal with.
Like this one here in the park. Environment Canada is calling yesterday's storm a tornado outbreak. 3 have been confirmed, but their bark definitely worse than their bite.
For the period, low 14, high 26.
A storm chaser caught this twister on tape as it touched down in Campbellville and kept going to Milton. It was one of several spotted in Ontario, but it, like the others, was just a baby.
The tornadoes were very weak. We're looking at F0 to F1 damage, so we're looking at the kind of damage you would see with parts of a barn roof torn off.
Even a low-grade tornado, an F0, has winds in excess of 100 kilometers an hour, capable of wreaking havoc. But because these tornadoes touched down in relatively unpopulated areas, the most damage we saw were some downed trees and power lines. Eyewitnesses have confirmed low-grade twisters touched down in Ayr, west of Hamilton, Campbellville in the Halton region, and Argyll, east of Lake Simcoe. 3 reports of other tornadoes in Bancroft, Arthur, and Sarnia have not yet been confirmed. Toronto didn't see a twister, but we did see heavy rains and flooding and had winds gusting up to 90 kilometers an hour. What a difference a day makes. Toronto may have escaped the storm relatively unscathed, but it sure will stick in the minds of some.
Between 1 and 3, the tree uprooted in the backyard and fell onto our place. Didn't shatter any glasses, but it went through the roof and left, I'd say, 6 to 8 inch tree trunk into their bedroom. If they were there, they would have been injured.
The city has received more than 60 calls about downed trees. Now, they've managed to clean up most of the debris, but spots here in Marie Curtis Park will be cleaned up again tomorrow. Live in the West End, I'm Morella Fernandez. Let's go back to the newsroom.
All right, thank you, Morella. Next, we're going live to our political specialist, Adam Vaughan, for an update on the situation surrounding Toronto's school playgrounds. Adam?
And this is an unfamiliar sight. It's actually a playground.
Watching a line go up beautifully in front of me right now. I got well, if that stuff's east or northeast of Toronto, then it's not even worth me trying to catch that. Yeah. You got high view on that. It's beautiful, actually. I got view. Sorry? To the north, it's totally clear. I'm almost to the clear area now. Yeah. Yeah, especially when the weather's happening, it's almost impossible. When you get home and I just provide an update here. Cool, thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye. I'm not sure exactly where I am. I'm sorry. Yeah, Milton on the 401. It's definitely on the ground. It looks to be heading southeast right now. It's moving slow, moving very fast at all. Yeah, maybe that. Okay, bye.
Forecast for tonight, a few clouds.
Okay, tornado on the ground. It's a goodie.
7. Levels for the period, low 14, high 20.
Okay, we got a tornado on the ground just east of the Niagara Escarpment. Actually, it's just up on top of the escarpment itself right now. Looks like it's dissipating. Up a bit, I get this trailer. I'm almost done too.
I was on my way to Rans and I saw it pick up a storm. And I said,
I didn't have two.
I saw this. I was on the phone. Yeah, me too. Looking at it saying, and then the tower looked really high. Yeah. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was having the darndest time.